called Big Cat.
Deion.
Hey, Deion.
You ready for football?
I am.
It's another season, baby.
Pro Football Show.
All right, Deion, showtime. Football is back.
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by Chevy Silverado. Week in and week out, Silverado brings it with unstoppable grit and determination. Week 5, we are back in studio. We have Rico. Welcome to the show, Rico.
Thank you, Kayce. Well, happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here too. Deion has been smiling a lot. I will say that normally when we sit down before the show, you know, we've got the pre-show banter, we talk back and forth, the guys usually get into it a little bit. Dan has been completely silent. He's just been making a couple of noises here and there, Deion, and I know you're expecting something great from him right now.
Yes, I am. I'm waiting for the opening statement because usually when he gets like this in the pregame just run through that he's going to come out swinging. He's probably going to go deep. He's going to try to take me deep. Probably with Lamar or something like that would happen at the conclusion of that game, the pick and all of that. But once he does that, he'll fizzle out a little bit. Then he'll try to make a comeback towards the middle. But he's still depressed from his Justin Fields pick that he was going to have 15 completions. So he's still depressed with that and Chicago Bears loss as well. So I don't know where he's going to go, but I'm just going to weather the storm. But I love him.
Well, I'm not going to go deep, Deion, because like Lamar, that's not possible. So, yeah, I had a bad week. Picking games, 8-8, not great. Justin Fields, he had 13 completions, so he's pretty damn close. I am counting the 2 that he threw backwards at the end of the game. But, Kayce, correct me if I'm wrong, last week, wouldn't you say the theme was Lamar versus Josh?
It was, yes.
And Roan and Deion picked the Ravens, and I picked the Bills. I think Lamar's a fantastic quarterback. What he's doing, throwing the ball, has been incredible this year. I still would take Josh Allen over him.
Lamar Jackson.
Well, take Josh right now.
Okay.
I'm taking Lamar.
Okay,
Take Josh
I'll
right
take
now.
Josh right
I'm
now.
Taking
Great,
Lamar.
I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking Lamar.
And if you watch that game, one quarterback played winning football down the stretch, and the other quarterback went 8 for 13 for 36 yards and 2 interceptions in the second half. So I would just I'm not going to fight you on it because the stats show it. I would just like an apology because I don't really know at this point. And again, I think Lamar's a great quarterback. I would take Josh Allen over him because I don't know what Lamar does better than Josh does. They have the same rushing yards. Josh Allen had a rushing TD, and he didn't throw 2 interceptions in the second half for 36 yards.
No, he threw one. He didn't throw 2. He threw 1. Okay, he didn't throw 2. You're right. He threw 1. And he was not sensational. He was not that. Lamar had, first of all, didn't he throw a pick 6 early, Josh?
It was actually deflected, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was something like that. I don't know.
Semantics.
Yeah, some more help for Lamar. His defense helped him is what you're saying, and he still couldn't win.
Now, Lamar, both of them played average games. They didn't play above average. They were not superior. And I think it's still a draw.
Okay.
I wouldn't know who to pick. Draft day, if both of them sitting there, I wouldn't know who to pick.
23-20, what, is that a tie?
No, his team won.
Oh, okay.
His team won, but the defense of Baltimore is pathetic as of right now.
Okay. I'm just saying the winning football that Josh played down the stretch, taking him down the field. Can
you name a receiver that Lamar has? Can you just name one receiver just offhand? Just throw it out.
How about Duvernay?
Just name it.
Yeah, Duvernay. What about Rashad Bateman?
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
Did you meet him at the Pro Bowl?
Any other big-time questions, buddy?
Did you meet him at the Pro Bowl or you just saw him on
He's got a better running back than the Bills have. The Bills don't have a running back.
He's the running back.
Who?
Your quarterback is the running back.
Okay, so wouldn't it be nice
What running back wants to go there when the quarterback runs every other play?
Then why did the Ravens have J.K. Dobbins?
Mousetrap. I don't even know what that is.
Mousetrap, yeah, exactly.
No, I don't even know what that is.
I have done my job. I have acquitted myself quite well.
I told you it was going to be an opening. Kayce, didn't I tell you?
You did.
But Deion, look, you're known for defense, but you just let me run right by you. I had my hand up 5 yards down the field. I'm open.
Yeah, well, the quarterback's probably going to run it. Either way.
Okay.
Rico, where do you stand on this? Because this show, not even just last week, it was the theme last week, but it has been a theme throughout this entire show that we've done. It's Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. Where do you stand?
I thought Lamar was going to be have an MVP type season, especially buying in on himself. He could go get a lot of money. He's playing really well. I'd still probably pick Josh Allen. I think the statement of if they're both sitting there, I think we've kind of seen the evidence. Josh.
Well, until the last throw, he was the leading candidate for the MVP in the NFL going into last week, statistically.
I don't do MVPs this early.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I was high on Lamar coming in, but if you're asking me to pick one,
I don't do MVPs.
especially long term, I'd probably go with Josh Allen.
Okay.
And Deion,
right now.
I do take a little bit of offense at you saying my I believe was wrong. Your I believe was literally the Raiders have a must-win game. You didn't even say the Raiders are going to win. You just said they have a must-win game.
He wasn't wrong.
He wasn't.
It was you're right. It was
And
a
they
must-win
did win.
game. My I believe is the sun will fucking rise.
Didn't I pick them to win? I picked them to win.
No, you said
I didn't pick them to lose.
Game.
But I picked them to win.
It was a must-win game.
Yeah, when we get to the I believe segment, I feel like that's going to come back up. I
got a good one this week.
I
got a good one this week.
I can imagine.
hope
I got a good one this week.
So we'll get to that a little bit. And before we move on, we do have to look at the records. Dan, you mentioned you went 8-8. Deion, you went 10-6.
Yeah, that's what I do. But I wasn't even on my game last week. But I'm going to be on my game. I'm paying more attention now because I love just beating them.
Let me just say, don't make excuses, but I am handicapped because I always take the Bears, unlike Deion, who just refuses to take his team, the Falcons. So I'm a man of honor. I will die with the Bears. Deion has jumped ship. So I'm handicapped.
Let me know what time the funeral is.
I'm one behind in every week because I take the Bears no matter what.
Yeah, Deion, I feel like you have an uphill battle today with Dan. He's on you for sure.
He was ready.
Well,
ready.
It's funny because I didn't get a text message on Sunday about the game. That's weird. Deion texted me.
Yes, I did. I text you and Dan. We have a group text. I text you and Dan together.
Nope.
You and Dave. I'm sorry. You and Dave together.
Nope.
I apologize.
Wrong.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
It's It's easy to find, so I'll let Dan look at that.
No, you didn't. You texted us after Lamar won in week 3. You texted us, and there was no text after that. I had to text you and say, hey, Deion, why didn't I get a text from you yesterday about Lamar? Did something happen?
And what did I say?
You said, because I was extremely happy early on, but both of them threw the ball like garbage, but the last-minute pick by my guy made me mad. And then you just went on to make more excuses, and it's interesting. I didn't get a text.
Well,
you had to reach out. You had to reach out.
I had to reach out. I had to make sure he was okay. I was like, is he back in the hospital?
Oh, no.
That's an unfair.
Oh, no.
That is an unfair fight in that group, though. It's 2-on-1.
It is.
No, this was separate. I texted him on the side. I didn't even include Dave.
That group, Deion, you need a partner in that one. You're fighting uphill.
Yes,
she's right.
Oh, every week I am.
Yeah, Rico knows how that feels for sure. You'll be picking for Dave this week.
Yes.
Roan picked for Dave last week. He went 10-6, so he had a good week.
That was Dave's best week.
Yeah, Roan did a phenomenal job. Rico, you will get to pick for that. So when we get to games later, just keep that in mind that it is on Dave's record. Let's get to the storyline games of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. We're going to start with Dan. You are the president of the Eagles fan club. The Eagles at the Cardinals. Now, Roan was here last week. He had his nails. You are now the sole Eagles guy on this panel. Eagles 4-0. Jalen Hurts playing absolutely out of his mind.
Yeah, they look awesome. They played from behind on Sunday. Everyone was saying, they've been winning every single second of the season, so I want to see them play from behind. They spotted the Jaguars 14-0 for sport, and then they just pounded them. The Cardinals are not a good team right now. They played a worse team in the Panthers last week, but yeah, I'm going to take the Eagles here. And Cliff Kingsbury at home has actually struggled a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think the Eagles I know it's going to probably be a lot of money on the Eagles. I think a lot of people have gotten wise to how good they are. I have them 22-1, not to brag. But yeah, give me the Eagles here.
And Rico, he mentioned the Cardinals. They did beat the Panthers last week, but they've had really slow starts too. I mean, they haven't led in regulation until the end of that game. What are you seeing with them matching up with the Eagles?
I wanted to take Arizona. I do think Arizona could be an upset pick here because you got to think Kyler Murray's going to turn it around. You got to think Kingsbury's going to be a little bit better. I do think the Eagles are riding high. They beat the hell out of some teams that they should have, and some decent teams in the Vikings. Spotted the Jaguars come back on them. I think the Jaguars are good. I will lean with the Eagles here, but I think it's going to be a very, very close game, and I think Arizona's in it right till the final couple of minutes, but I think the Eagles pull it out.
Deion?
I'm almost tempted to go with Arizona being a home game, especially when I look at this stat that says the Cardinals have been outscored 66-16. They in the first half. They got to fix that. I don't think you can allow that, especially at home, being outscored like that. J.J. Watt, prayerfully, he's back and he's out there putting some pressure on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, besides the fiasco and the stupid ball that Lamar threw at the end of the game, Jalen Hurts is another guy that's in that conversation early on. I got to give it to Dan. He called it. He called it. He's been on this team since day one. He's been on Chicago as well, but I won't fault him for that. But he called it that this team will be there in the end. And I like him. I like him because I see a lot of maturity in Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
I really do. And he has a running game to assist him. And those two consistencies, it's going to be tough to beat these guys. This will be a tough game. I really think this will be a tough game, and it may go down to a field goal at the end. I really want to pick Arizona badly, but I just can't because the Eagles are rolling.
You mentioned the J.J. Watt situation. That tweet last Sunday was crazy. I mean, just absolutely crazy. Deion, when you saw that he had to have his heart put back into rhythm on Wednesday or Thursday and then was playing on Sunday, what did you think?
But why would you tweet that?
Well, he was trying to get in front of Jay Glazer tweeting about it because I actually respect that. He wanted to control his own message about something that happened that was pretty severe from all the sounds of it. I mean, anytime
I
you
didn't
get your
know
heart
it was
shot.
gonna come out.
Yeah, it was Jay Glazer had it, yeah.
So he
Bro,
wanted
the
to break
Glaze
his
is
own
accurate.
news.
Yeah.
One thing about my boy Glaze, he's accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
he and Adam, they don't put out foolishness. Usually when they get it, it's accurate.
Yep.
A lot like Dan. When he gets his stuff,
I mean,
it's truly
I gave you
inaccurate.
the Bills
It's
last
inaccurate.
week. That was
Yeah,
accurate.
It's inaccurate. He's inaccurate, but he owns up to being inaccurate.
So it's Jay
But that was
Glazer, Adam Schefter, and Dan Katz.
That's the
Yeah.
big three.
That's the
of
big three.
sources.
NFL reporters.
Yep.
Yes,
There
love
it
to
is.
see that. Let's go to the Cowboys at the Rams. Deion, I will start with you. The Rams 2-2 coming off of a weird Monday night loss against the 49ers, but the Cowboys now 3-0 this season with Cooper Rush. He's 4-0 as a starter in his career. They did play the Commanders last week, but still, the Cowboys are rolling right now with Cooper Rush. What do you think?
I like it. I don't love it. I think people got to slow down on this Cooper Rush thing. He's a great relief pitcher. But you leave him out there too long, you're going to understand why he's not a starter, okay? It's a lot of kids is like that in the NFL. They get in a limited role, they ball out, but you got to get them out of there after a few weeks because you're going to see the truth. And then teams going to have a book on them, and they're going to start playing them as such. I'm going to go the opposite way than most, I feel. I'm going to go home with the Rams. I really don't think they're going to drop another game, especially the way they played. What was it? Was it Monday?
Monday night.
Monday night, yeah.
Yeah,
Especially-
24-9.
I fell asleep on it because I'm getting old. But I don't feel like they're going to have another letdown, and especially this time at home. I'm going to go with the Rams and probably an upset. They can't be favored in this.
They are.
They are.
The Rams are favored?
Yep.
At home.
By 4.5.
But it's an upset in your
Well,
books.
I don't know. No, I don't know about the point. So tell me. So they have to win by 4.5. That's what that means.
Yes.
Well, yeah, 5.
So 5. I'm sorry.
Yep.
How would they be favored in a 2-2 and 3-1 team? How does that work?
Because a lot of America has dumb brains like you. And the Cowboys are going to win this game.
That was unnecessary.
And the Cowboys are going to win this game. I do not know how the Rams are going to block the Cowboys. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. Cooper Rush, I agree with you, Deion, on that part. You have a backup guy out there for too long. The book will be out on him. But this, to me, is the Cowboys' defense versus the Rams' offense. The Niners were all over Matthew Stafford. The Cowboys have just as good as defense, maybe even better. Micah Parsons is just wrecking guys. The Rams have a ton of injuries on the offensive line. How are the Rams going to block the Cowboys in this game? I have no idea. I guess you'd have to say Sean McVay will scheme something up, but I think the Cowboys are going to win this game.
Rico?
It's good.
You talk about that Cowboys defense. 3rd in points allowed, 7 in yards, 2nd in sacks. They have been wrecking people, but they haven't gone through a gauntlet. The Giants are overachieving. They beat the Giants. Nice win against the Bengals.
Thank you.
I mean, they went up against a healthy Bucs team week 1, and they only scored 1 touchdown against them.
That's the only team they really played that was halfway decent.
Yeah, and the Commanders, they haven't. The Cowboys have not.
The Bengals did go to the Super Bowl last year, and
The
they do
Bengals
have
are
a ton of
garbage right now.
weapons.
The Bengals are not the same team, and you know that.
I'm just saying. Guess what the Bengals have? A bad offensive line. Guess what the Rams have? A bad offensive line. I'm just saying they have played some decent offenses. The Giants and the Commanders the last 2 weeks, they stink. I'll back you up on that.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna say the Bengals and the Bucs don't have good offenses. They have great playmakers all over the place. Deion will tell you Julio Jones is incredible. Can't stay on the field.
Yeah, every time I hear his name, like he'll have like 1 catch. I'm sure Deion is somewhere smiling right now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's going to erupt when it's time.
Okay.
He's
All
just
right.
pacing himself.
Okay.
Just keeping his name on the stat line for a little bit. So, Rico, you're going to go with.
Well, it's been helping me, or I've been doing well kind of going with the hungrier team. So to Dan's point, I agree, like how the Rams going to block them. I think sometimes just the team gets hungry. You saw it last week with the Raiders in a must-win. I think the Rams just find a way to win the game.
And that's
And they've been struggling as
Rico,
well, 2-2.
you're doing good.
That's
You're
a
doing
fair
good
angle.
job.
Thanks.
Like,
Listen
I
to me.
won't-
You're doing a great job
defensive
listening
backs
to
got
me.
to stick
I
together,
won't
Deion.
disagree with
That's
that angle. I won't disagree with that angle. Like, the Rams are as low as they can be. The Cowboys are ascending. I won't disagree with that angle. I just don't know how they're going to block them. I just don't get it.
You know that.
It's a guy named Aaron Donald that plays for the Rams as well.
Yeah,
I just wanted to
is he
share
going to
that.
play offensive line? If he played offensive line, I'd take
No, he's
him
going to
right
play
away.
defensive line, and he's going to be dominant.
Okay. Well, guess what? Micah Parsons is going to be more dominant. You watch.
What was the old Pepsi commercial you, Deion, where you said you want to do both, or was that Pizza Hut? Put them on offense and defense.
Yeah, that was Pizza Hut among
Pizza
the
Hut.
many.
Yeah. Many commercials. And Rico, I have to say, we're 2 games in, and Deion's already telling you you're doing a good job. That has to feel good.
You're
It's
doing a
great,
great job.
yeah.
You know, like a little pep.
Well,
pep
Deion
talk.
needs a friend right now because I'm working him right now. I'm running him up and down the field.
You're not working him.
Yeah, I
And
am.
You got to
Yeah. No, I'm working.
remember. I don't forget Rico for what he did to me last year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
That was, all right.
Yeah. No, I
You
don't-
went, no, I was above 500, but you just, I think we like.
No,
we,
you were.
We blew
You're
a
above
couple of
500. I was
games.
dominating when I handed it off.
I'm working you so bad, Deion. You were just making allegiance with him, and I cut it right in half, just like that.
We got dissension in the
No,
locker room,
I just
boys.
want him to know I didn't forget.
Yeah, but
because
it
he was-
wasn't
he was,
horrible. We
you
were
know.
still.
No,
You
it's
pull up
horrible.
that
You were
tape. No,
horrible.
it was. It was. What is I like?
No,
4,
you're horrible.
13? No way.
You're
Pull up the
horrible.
tape. I was over 500.
I was dominating when I handed you off the stick.
Yeah, we were.
He fell flat on his face.
I lost a couple of steps in the race, but we were still. I was still passing the baton in first. I didn't completely fall down. We'll check.
I don't remember exactly how it went
I'll
down,
go find.
but
I'll go find it out. I know I didn't do less than 500.
I'm sure we can get those numbers pretty easily. So stay tuned on that. Let's go to the Sunday night football game. It is the Bengals at the Ravens. So the Bengals beat the Dolphins, which of course was a little bit overshadowed by what happened with Tua and all the concussion stuff. However, they did get a good win, 27-15. The Ravens losing to the Bills we've already talked about Lamar, so before I let Deion and Dan go at this again, Rico, I will start with you. When you look at this game, Sunday night primetime, what do you think about Joe Burrow versus Lamar Jackson?
I think it's going to be must-see TV. I love watching those Sunday night games with 2 big, obviously great quarterbacks. The weird thing, though, is there's stats floating around. The Ravens have blown 2 17-point leads. It's among the most. So, like, in most in NFL history. I think they're dialed in here. Burrow's been just as good on the road as he has at home if you look at his career. So I think Burrow's going to obviously, it's going to come right down to the end. The Ravens with their struggles, like I said, find a way to win. I'm going to take the Ravens. And that home play at night, Sunday night, home environment, the Ravens are always getting going. Ravens Sunday night winner.
All right, Deion, your time. You think Lamar's going to bounce back and everyone's going to forget that interception last week?
No, they're not going to forget the interception because it was on a major stage against one of the better quarterbacks in our game today. Burrow can play. Burrow is good. Burrow is proven. Burrow is not the guy from a year ago. Let's just get that straight and put that on the table. Lamar is. Lamar Jackson will bounce back because he's not playing for funny. He's playing for money. Okay, so he will bounce back and he will be dominant against this Bengals defense. The low point for the darn Ravens is the darn defense. I mean, this was an organization who was stabilized and built on the foundation of the defense. I see no resemblance of them stopping anybody. The point production that they give up in the second half is sick. and we can't score. So I don't have any idea what's going on. They need to just stay out and go in the corner like the kids did at halftime and get snacks on the field, because whatever they're doing in the locker room at halftime is not working. So I'm going to go with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson simply because it's at home, simply because it's on a major stage. And when you put Lamar Jackson on a major stage, guess what? He know Dan is watching, and he know how to get up on his skin. He's going to be dominant.
Dan, you'll be watching.
Yeah, I'll be watching. I'm taking the Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals. And this is not an indictment on Lamar here, because I'll say it again. Top 5 quarterback. The Ravens defense is going to be in for a long day. I don't know how they're going to guard in the secondary. I look at them and the way they've lost games and the way they haven't been able to ice games. Like when you have those leads, getting first downs, keeping the ball out of the other offense's hands, like those have just not been there. They've left their defense out to dry a lot. Their defense is not very strong. I'm taking the Bengals.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about with Lamar, or can we move on?
No, we can move on. I love it.
No,
I love being on an island. I got the Cowboys and the
I love
Bengals.
you being on an island.
Yeah,
Yep.
but Lamar will know you're watching, Dan. That's what really counts.
Yep.
All right, it's time for hashtag I Believe, which is presented by the Verizon Google Pixel 7 Pro. The new Google Pixel 7 Pro is super. It's the most advanced Pixel to date, super powered to launch faster, load quicker, and run smoother. When it's on Verizon, you get the network America relies on, along with a super deal, because now when you switch to Verizon, you get a free Google Pixel 7 Pro with select trade-ins and select 5G unlimited plans. There's never been a better time to switch to Verizon. $899.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select 5G unlimited plans are required. A $200 Verizon e-gift card with port in, less $700 trade-in promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR, trade-in conditions, and additional terms apply. All right, Deion, hashtag I Believe. Last week, you said the Raiders have a must-win against the Broncos, which clearly Dan pointed out at the top of the show is something he didn't necessarily think was that bold of a statement.
Well, it wasn't. Whoever wrote this wrote it wrong. It wasn't the Raiders must. It was like they're in a must-win game. Yeah.
Yes, they have a must-win. They did beat the Broncos. So,
yep, like I said.
Nope, that's not what you said.
But you did say that they couldn't start 0-4. They couldn't have that with Josh McDaniels, so they did not start 0-4. So where are we going this week with your I Believe?
This week, I'm going to have support from a man that I've been in his shoes a couple times, Tom Brady. Tom has had a very interesting week. I pray for him. I support him. I've been there, done that twice. And guess what? I overcame adversity on both times, on the field and in the courthouse. I won. Okay, that's beside the point. Tom Brady is going to lock in, he's going to focus, and he's going to play his butt off, because you put so much extra focus into the game when the nonsense is going on the outside. Tom Brady, and not saying this because he's playing against my beloved Atlanta Falcons, because I want my beloved Atlanta Falcons to play well. I'm not picking them, but Tom Brady will have statistically one of his best games, or if not the best game this season.
And Deion, you obviously know all about the paparazzi and people having stories about you and stuff like that.
Yep.
Anytime Tom Brady's in the news right now, it is about Giselle. So as somebody who's been there, you think that he's able to just completely put that aside on Sunday?
Yeah, he locks in. The field is his escape. The game is your escape. You need that to get your mind off of that, because the main thing is not just the wife, it's the kids. That's the thing that rips you apart, the kids. So I'm praying for him. I hope I know he's going to be okay, because he's a true winner, but he's going to have one of his better games of this year.
All right, I'd like to hear that. So Rico, last week Roan said that the Texans were going to upset the Chargers. They did not, they lost. So we'll just put that aside, start slate new. What's your hashtag I Believe this week?
My hashtag I Believe is that the Lions upset the Patriots. It's kind of a double.
Wow, that's a good one, Rico.
I believe, because I do believe the Patriots long-term, I don't want to say long-term, but I think Zappy is probably just as good, if not better, than Mac Jones. I think Zappy I love him at Western Kentucky. He brings different things to the table. But with that said, and what you saw last week, Bill Belichick kind of holds that playbook down. He's limiting it. He doesn't want to put him in a spot where he can sling it like he did in college. I think they limit the playbook, which is going to hurt them. The Lions go up and down the field with everybody. They're the most entertaining team in the league. We know they can score. Goff looks good. I think the Lions go find the win. And when was the last time the Lions went and won in Foxborough? You know, kind of I feel like Dan Campbell's pretty good. I like the Lions outright here.
The Lions are fun to watch this year, too.
Okay.
All right, Dan, here's your moment. So you mentioned last week that Justin Fields will have 15 completions.
Yep.
He officially had
wrong.
11, but you're saying 13 because of the backwards passes.
13.
And off the top of the show, you mentioned that you've got a hell of an eyeball.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb.
Okay.
So we got the Jets and the Dolphins. Jets 2-2, Dolphins 3-1. Big time clash in the AFC East. Teddy Bridgewater starting for the Dolphins. Zach Wilson back for the Jets. I believe that both these teams want to win this game.
Wow.
I do. I was thinking about it, and I was like, do the Dolphins want to win it? Yeah.
That's
The
really
Jets want to win it. Also, yeah. So that's my I believe.
Both are playing to win.
You know what? I'll go one further.
Okay.
One of these teams is going to win this game. No tie.
No tie.
No tie. No tie.
Wow.
I believe this game won't end in a tie.
And they both want to win.
They both want to win.
Okay.
Only one of them will win.
Okay.
But there will be a winner
Wow.
on Sunday.
Deion, your thoughts?
That is profound. I mean, that's really profound. I mean, I wish I would have thought of that.
Yeah.
That
You
is
did.
so
You did last week.
No, I didn't. I just wanted to do you wrong. You took the bait. You took the bait.
Okay, my real I believe. The
I was hoping that was
49ers.
real.
The 49ers. That was impressive what they did Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
They got some things cooking in the right direction. They're going to demolish the Panthers. The 49ers have officially entered Super Bowl contender watch for me. I think that team, with Jimmy G, all their weapons on offense, their defense was flying around on Monday night.
What about Baker?
Baker's not good, Deion. I've admitted that.
Oh,
I know when to admit
wow.
that. No, he's not
Wow.
good. He's
You know
not
what?
good.
I'm proud of you. I
Yeah.
am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
I admit when
Stan,
I'm
thank
wrong.
you, man.
I admit when I'm wrong.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah,
I'm proud
he's
of
not
you. That's a
good.
great
He's not
step
good.
in our
He
relationship.
technically wasn't wrong. The Raiders they wanted to win. They were in a must-win game.
No, he said they were in a must-win game. Every game is a must-win game.
He wasn't wrong.
It's a win or lose league.
I know
He
I wasn't
wasn't
wrong.
wrong.
He's just trying to phrase it wrong.
That's
Rico,
not
don't fall
saying
into it.
anything, though.
Just ignore
A
him.
must-win
Rico, play like
game?
he's in a taxi and he's on your left side of the seat. Just
I've been
roll your
putting on a
window.
hell of a show today. People have been talking about this performance for years.
This is an all-time performance, and I knew it going into the show because you just were not speaking to anybody.
All
He was holding.
Deion had to do was text me on Sunday afternoon and admit that he was wrong. But he didn't. He didn't.
Keep that in mind, Deion. If we want a nice pre-show next week, just make sure you text Dan on Sunday.
Hit
That's
me-
Oh,
when
oh,
the Cowboys
definitely.
beat the Rams, text me.
I'm going to text him at halftime during my game.
Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. And I'll say, hey, don't punt under any circumstances.
All right, it's time for the Game Time Game of the Week with Jersey Jerry. Jerry, please come on to the set. I know you've not had a great week, but we love Game Time. Score last-minute tickets to this week's Game Time Game of the Week or any sport, concert, or show with the Game Time app. Download the app, create an account, redeem code football for $20 off your first order. Terms apply. I will turn Deion around. Jerry, how you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm actually doing great. Shout out to Game Time. Hooked me up with some last-minute tickets for the Steelers-Jets game. I went last week, so that was a bunch of fun.
I did see that. And did you really cry whenever Kenny Pickett came on the field?
Yeah, I did. It was an emotional time. You know, the stadium was rocking. I wasn't just crying. Everybody was crying, you know?
Yeah.
It's an emotional time in Pittsburgh.
And shout out Kenny.
Shout out Kenny.
No balls hit the ground.
Yeah, no balls hit the ground. He looked great. 10 for 13. 2 rushing touchdowns. First quarterback in the history to score 2 rushing touchdowns in their debut.
And to have no balls hit the ground.
Probably, yeah.
No, it was. Minimum 13 pass attempts, no balls hit the ground.
Yeah.
10 for 13.
It's despite, 3 of them not being to his own team, but I don't.
It didn't hit the ground.
It didn't hit the ground, and
He didn't hit the
established
ground.
that, Dan.
Bill said.
Didn't hit the ground.
Weird things happen. Brett
will-
Favre's first completion was to himself.
Didn't hit the ground. I'm a Kenny guy. Ball didn't hit the ground.
And I will say that you seem like you're in better spirits now. And the video of you
yeah.
and Frank on Monday when you came into the office, you seemed down pretty bad.
In the locker room, picking out their own lockers.
Not today.
You know, all my teams never win.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, I'll tell you what, after the game, it was kind of upset, even the day after. But then I realized, hey, the Steelers have their franchise quarterback.
There you go. Silver lining. So this week you have.
Mason Rudolph?
All right, it's all over with, Dan. I mean, you're wearing out your welcome now. It's my segment.
It's his segment.
Go ahead.
So you got the Lions at the Patriots.
Oh, that's actually false. I changed my mind last minute.
Oh, okay.
So what we're gonna do here, this is gonna be a JJ Mega Max play.
Oh,
This is-
okay.
So these don't come very often. What happens with the JJ Mega Max is I shoot a text to the mom. Hey mom, she holds some of my money. I say, hey, listen, I'm gonna need $3 or $4 grand. She gives it to me out of my money. I go put that in my bank account, transfer that to the Barstool Sportsbook, and then we just hammer the over in the Steelers-Bills game. Over 47. Listen, Kenny showed that he could push the ball down the field, showed that he could score, shows that he wants to win. There was another quarterback, I'm not going to mention any names, he just wasn't getting the job done. Kenny is going to get the job done. I'm not saying the Steelers are going to beat the Bills, probably won't. There will be a lot of points, though. Bills secondary's banged up, Steelers secondary's banged up. Give me the over 47.
How many times a year do we get the Mega Max?
That's about 3 times a year. This is going to be a big one for
This
me.
is
I remember
huge.
the last one.
What was that?
It was that boxer you gave me that didn't win a single round.
That
I've
was
never seen a fight like it. Deion, he
that was a mini
Deion.
max.
Oh, that was
Deion.
a mini
A
Max.
boxer
was
that
a
didn't win a
mini-max.
round? How can a boxer
He
not win a round?
Deion, he not only didn't win a round, but
It
he didn't
w-
get knocked out. So that's how bad the other guy was. He couldn't knock him out, but he also won every round against him.
That's fine. It's interesting when I do my segment, Dan just loves to talk. I don't
No, I'm
understand.
just saying-
That was a mini max play. This
Okay.
is a JJ Mega Max.
JJ, look at me.
I can't see it.
Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right, good. Good.
I'm in for Mega.
Yeah, Deion, can I ask you a
Jerry.
question that I got you here?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
What did you honestly, I know we're friends and stuff like that. What did you
Yep.
think about Kenny Pickett?
Kenny's okay.
I'm done. Forget it.
Besides the
Forget
point.
it. You're done. Forget
I
it.
mean, Jerry, how many picks did he throw, Jerry? Jerry, how many picks did he throw?
Oh,
That was an electric segment.
oh, Jerry took his earpiece out.
Mega Max play.
immediately.
I'm in.
Hey,
I am in on the
hey.
Mega Max play.
Mega Max, not the Mini Max, the Mega Max.
It's a boxing match, and he didn't win a round.
Didn't win a single round. Yeah, didn't win a single round.
You know how hard that is not to win a round?
And to not get knocked out, you'd think that if you don't win a round, he went 12 rounds, he didn't win a single round, and still didn't get knocked out.
This is a football
That's
show, man.
pretty-
What are you doing? It's a football show, Dan.
Football show.
Yeah.
Football show. Thank you, Jerry.
Yep.
At least
Mega
there's-
Max.
At least he's sitting in the light.
Watch this. All in.
Yeah. Yep.
Now he's like creeping around the corner. I feel bad for
No,
Jerry.
no. He knows. All in.
All in.
Yeah. I'm all in.
Jerry, you feeling okay over there?
Feel great.
So,
ride the
Jerry,
Bengals.
how does that work, Jerry? Because, I'm not a man that knows anything about gambling. How does that work? So, if they score over 47 points, everybody wins?
Correct. Yeah, you win the bet.
Yeah. So combined 47.
So, you
points.
don't care about the game. So, you just care about the number, the total
I
of
care
points.
about the total of points. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a Mega
okay.
Max.
It's a Mega Max play.
The Mega Max, and this is your first one of the NFL season.
This will be the first one of NFL
I
season.
love it.
Okay.
I'm
Wow.
in.
Yeah.
I'm fucking in.
I love it. That was a good segment.
Great.
Good segment. I like that Jerry is finding his way where he can just tell everybody to kind of like respectfully fuck off.
Yeah, no, that's
It's-
Jersey Jerry. It's his segment.
Sorry for my language, Deion.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the rapid fire games of the week, which is presented by Cross Country Mortgage. Players watch the game film to prepare. Finding your dream home is no different, and Cross Country Mortgage is the partner that's prepped to put you in position to win. Reach out to us today at ccm.com/Barstool. That's ccm.com/Barstool, ccm.com/Barstool, equal housing opportunity, NMLS 3029. All loans subject to underwriting approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. So we're going to start with the game that I thought Jerry was going to pick, but he did not. So we're going to start with the Lions at the Patriots. Deion, I will start with you. What do you think about this game?
I'm going to go. It's just hard for me to just say the Lions are going to beat the Patriots. That's really, really hard for me. I can't go that far. I love the Lions, but the Lions are still the Lions. They're going to have to change the whole uniform for me not to believe they're still the Lions. I'm not doing that. There's too much disrespect to Bill Belichick. That's disrespectful. I'm not doing it. I'm going to go with the Patriots.
And Rico, you said this in your I believe, so you know that you think the Lions are going to win.
Yeah, I'm on the Lions.
Where do you see the Patriots going? Because, a lot of people, like Dave was losing his mind at the end of last week's game, saying that he didn't like the conservative play calling. Bill Belichick clearly mad on the sidelines. Do you think this is at least a close game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. But again, like I think Bailey Zappi is a guy that can sling it. I think the Patriots should try to air it out. But Bill has shown he's going to limit the playbook a little bit, which I don't love. You got a new weapon. Like Mac Jones was a limit the playbook guy. I think Bailey Zappi's a different thing. Coach differently to your skill set. Bailey Zappi's a different animal than Mac Jones. But it doesn't look like Bill's going to change that. I like what I see with the Lions. I'm going to go with the Lions.
Dan?
I'm going to take the Patriots. I don't trust the Lions defense. It's their offense is electric, but man, do they get shredded every single game. It feels like having them win a game on the road with that defense, I can't trust it.
All right, Deion, the 9:30 a.m. Eastern London game. We've got the Giants who are 3-1, the Packers who are 3-1. We talk about what happened with the Patriots, but Aaron Rodgers had a horrible first half against New England last week, and then obviously the Giants beating the Bears. Sorry, Dan. What do you think is going to happen in London on Sunday?
The Giants are now the 3-1 team. There's no way.
You
I
are
don't
what
even
your
know.
record says you are.
3-1.
No, you're not.
Well,
No,
yeah,
you're
you
not.
are.
I don't
Wait,
know
but-
why the
wait.
NFL would choose to send the Giants ways over to London. That's not right for the people in London. That's just not fair for the people in London. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers all day.
Wait,
How are the Giants not 3-1 if
Yeah.
the Cowboys get to be 3-1?
well, the Cowboys.
The Giants are not 3-1.
Wait, hold on. They played 4 games. How many have they won?
Yeah, but that's 3-1, but they're not a 3-1 team.
They're
You know
3-1.
that. I know that. Everybody knows that.
Rico, I see you're not.
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, we're overachieving. We haven't played world beaters, but we went into Tennessee and won that game.
Tennessee is horrible.
All right.
You know it.
We
You know
are
Tennessee is
3-1.
not
You
Tennessee.
can't take away 3-1.
The only reason you watch Tennessee is to see what Derrick Henry's going to do. Who's he going to run over? That's it. You turn on the TV to watch nothing else that says Tennessee Titans for nothing.
Okay.
Rico?
Derrick Henry couldn't run on us. We won.
It's one of those stalemate conversations.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not beating them.
I know. I was
I don't know.
waiting.
Get
Respect the
involved here,
Giants.
boys, but you
Respect the
guys
Giants.
really
Yeah.
don't like each other.
That's-
so I'm
That
going to
is-
stay out of it.
yeah.
Yeah, we like. I'm not going that far. We like each other.
No, I just like, I do like, I am envious of how you guys pick garbage and you stick with it. I do like that. I mean, like Dan and the Bears and you and the Giants.
Oh,
I
wait,
like that.
but
I
are you
admire
going to
it.
stick with the Giants?
No, they're going to lose
This is
this.
where I'm a man
Oh
of
my
honor
God.
handicap.
I'm sorry. You know, Dan, I thought he was you.
Nope.
No.
I thought he was
They're
you.
not-
I thought
they
he
don't
loved
make
like you
ones
do.
like me anymore, Deion.
They
I'm
don't.
last of a dying
They really
breed.
don't.
I go
You
down
are.
with the ship.
Pick with your head,
Down.
not with your heart.
Nope.
You know what? That's a good quote.
Yeah.
It's a great quote.
Very similar one in He Got Game.
So Rico, you're going with the Packers.
Yes, Packers are a better team.
Okay.
Packers win the game. Giants, we're playing with house money. It'd be great if it's close.
Why'd you bring up he got game? You know he's not.
That was a
he's in
good quote.
Washington, right?
That was a good quote, though.
Yeah, it's when the agent approaches Jesus Shuttleworth, played by Ray Allen.
Right,
And he says,
right.
do you consider
That's a great
yourself,
name.
a man or a boy? A boy thinks with his heart. A man thinks with his mind.
I became
You know,
a man
you
when
know,
I
I'm
watched
black,
that movie.
right? I'm just saying I'm black. I saw the movie. You
Yeah.
don't have to break
Yeah,
it
he's
down
gonna
to see
tell you
that.
about
I mean,
it.
that's like that's in
Yeah,
our
we're
handbook.
sticking together.
Yeah,
He's
no, you're
turning
not,
us
you're not.
against
You're
each
not,
other.
you're not.
He's
I'm just saying
turning us
that's in our
against each
handbook.
other.
I'm like in the zone right now. This whole show, I'm in the zone. I'm just everything.
You
The
are.
hoop is huge. I'm just making every shot. I became a man when I watched He Got Game. I was actually watching it. My grandmother was in the room. May she rest in peace. She's been dead for a while. She was really old. But the scene
She had a
with
good
two
run.
porn stars, and they had their breasts out, and I was like, 12 years old, and I was like, well, I like that.
That was the moment, huh?
Yeah, I like
was a moment.
that. Yeah, that was kind of a moment where I was like, I would like that.
Did your grandma try to like hide your eyes or anything?
No, she was just like,
She was
well,
like-
this is a little bit much. I'm
Giants-
taking the Packers.
Okay, Packers.
Yeah, Packers
Yeah.
easy.
Okay. I like how you've successfully driven a wedge between the two of them
Oh,
after
it's so
they
easy.
were already.
It's so easy.
No, we don't have a wedge.
Yeah.
I love my guy.
Okay.
He was a good man.
All right.
Thank you.
Rico, let's go Steelers at Bills. We talked about it in Jerry's segment. Kenny Pickett will start for the Steelers. The Bills, we know what Josh Allen is. They had the comeback win over the Ravens. What do you think about the Steelers with Kenny Pickett starting?
They're way better than they were. Like Jerry, I won't name names. Steelers are better. I think this is high scoring, but it is a revenge spot in a sense. Steelers go there, or Steelers steal a win in week 1 last year. Buffalo comes back. I think Buffalo got a wake-up call last week, starting slow. Buffalo wins the game.
Dan?
Sorry, Jerry.
Yeah, I love Kenny Pickett. He's my guy. I've been ride or die with him since he was at Pitt. He won my first game of the year. I think he's going to show out. Jerry's been in my ear, been like, I don't know if Kenny's the guy. I'm like, no, he's the guy, he's the guy, he's the guy. Bills are going to kill him, though.
Watching his facial expressions when you talk is just truly a treat.
Jersey Jerry is the most diehard fan outside of Frank the Tank. That's a fact. Want to put that? Make sure this clip stays in. The guy bleeds for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He loves Kenny Pickett.
He does.
He rides for Kenny Pickett. The Bills are going to demolish Kenny Pickett.
You know what? I'm not one to agree with Dan much, but Jerry, I'm sorry. I got to be the one to tell you. Kenny Pickett's probably going to get behind early in this game, and he's going to have to throw, and the interception total is going to just rack up. I mean, it's going to be like a darn slot machine in Vegas. It's going to get bad. It's going to get ugly. I'm going with the Bills in a blowout. I mean, a beatdown. I mean, not like that fight that Dan told me that the guy got beat up in every round, but he didn't knock him out. And lost every round. Not like that one. But they're going to get beat up. They're going to get beat up in the back.
Get him out. Let him out.
Jerry. Jerry's so upset.
Yeah, I've been there.
He couldn't get out. He
I've been
couldn't
there.
get out.
He couldn't get out.
It makes me want to
couldn't get
cry. I
out.
feel so bad for him.
Oh, Jerry's back. Jerry's back. Jerry's back. He's back.
There goes my guy.
He's back. My guy's back. You didn't listen. Deion said psych at the end. He said he's taking the Steelers.
Really?
Yes.
Hell yeah, Deion.
Let's go, Deion.
Man, bro.
You're back.
Deion's got the Steelers.
You're a good guy, Jerry.
You got the
You're a good guy,
Steelers?
Jerry.
Thank you.
Deion, you got the Steelers?
No.
Oh, come on. Why you do that?
Jerry, don't go. Don't go, Jerry, but don't go.
Yeah, I'm just wanting to go,
Stay and
Jerry. Oh, he's just going to sit
He's
in
going
the
to sit
dark.
over there. All right, good.
Okay, all right. So Deion has the Bills. Rico,
Yeah, I took the Bills.
Bills.
Kenny's going to show out. I'm riding with Jerry on the
Kenny a
Mega
lot.
Max lock,
Okay.
but the Bills are the better team overall.
Okay, all right. But
like
the
Kenny
Mega
a lot as well.
Max is what we're really looking at. We need the over to hit. All right, let's go.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm taking the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers.
Don't-
I'm taking
hey,
the
don't
Steelers.
do it.
That's how
Don't
you
do it.
for your guy. That's how
Don't
you
do
it for
it.
your guy.
Yay.
My guy Jerry bleeds for this team. I'm gonna bleed for him because he's my guy. I'm taking the Steelers. Put it on.
I love it. Now he's smiling. That makes me happy. Okay, so with the morale is
We make sure post I have the Bills.
Terrible, bro.
I'm taking the Steelers. Steelers official. Don't let me go anywhere.
all right. Steelers is official.
Steelers.
Okay.
Steelers.
What a cute bromance. Let's go to Chargers at Browns. Dan, both of these teams 2-2. The Chargers beating the Texans last week. The Browns losing to the Falcons. What do you think about this game?
I'll take the Chargers. Actually, Deion, what you said, which I totally agree with Cooper Rush, similar to Jacoby Brissett. I like Jacoby Brissett, but the more he has to play, there's a difference between a guy who can do enough for you to win a game and a guy who has
Right.
to go win you the game. And Jacoby Brissett is the former, not the latter. This is a game he's going to have to try to go win, and I don't like him in that spot.
Deion, do you see the same thing with Jacoby Brissett?
This is a tough one because I'm not crazy about the Chargers. Starting out this season, I really liked them. I just felt like the quarterback was going to propel himself into the next level, like that top tier. Really the second tier. He's probably in the third tier right now, but that second tier group of guys. I'm going with the upset. I don't know if it's an upset because I don't know about gambling, but I'm going with the Browns at the crib.
Okay,
That
it
is
is
an upset. Yes.
It is an
Way to
upset.
go,
Yes. Yes. Rico?
Chargers are never a sure thing on the road.
That's right.
But if the Browns have to throw the ball, they're in trouble. They can run the ball, but I think the Chargers get ahead, and I'll take the Chargers here, the better team.
All right, Rico, I'll come back to you. Let's go to the Texans-Jags. The Texans have yet to win. The Jags 2-2. Trevor Lawrence looks like this team looks a lot different than they did last year, and the Texans just look terrible. What do you think?
Texans have some fight late in games. I do think the Texans have been pretty successful against the Jaguars in the history of recently, and it's always scary when you have Jacksonville -7. I know we're doing straight up here, but Jacksonville laying a touchdown to anybody given their, struggles over the years is always scary. With that said, I think Jacksonville is different. I buy what you're saying. Jacksonville holds on. Jacksonville wins.
Dan?
Yeah, give me the Jaguars. Texans are the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, they're bad. Very, very bad. Deion?
I don't know who the best college player is, but the Texans are trying to secure him.
Yep.
Yes.
You know what that means. So I'm going with Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, Dan, your Chicago Bears at the Vikings. Table is yours.
Bears. They're going to win this game.
There's never going to be a day where you're not going to say that, so I don't know why I
Nope, they're going to win this game.
Okay, all right, Deion, what do you think about the Bears and the Vikings?
I'm going to go with the Vikings, but I'm going to go with the under of 17 completions by his quarterback.
That's not the line. It's probably like 9.5.
17 completions, he could do that.
No,
Yeah.
in how many games? 2?
Well, you're going to be down. He's going to be throwing the ball.
Maybe.
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 Okay, Rico, what do you think?
I think it's Minnesota. I'm high on this Minnesota team, but they haven't been great. I think it needs to be Minnesota in a laugher. Minnesota needs. They let the Saints back. It was a back and forth with the Saints last week. They obviously won against the Packers early in week 1. Got killed by the Eagles. I think Minnesota's due for a blowout. I think Minnesota, if they're a true contender, needs to win in a blowout. So it's Minnesota to me.
So it's a Minnesota must win in a blowout?
Minnesota must win in a blowout.
Dan,
Yeah.
we okay with that?
Yeah. It's the Bears.
Okay. Let's go Seahawks at Saints. Deion, Geno Smith last week had a pretty good day. He was running around. The Saints just looked terrible. Obviously, Jameis Winston is hurt. What are you thinking about this game?
Geno is, you talking about comeback player. Geno. I'm so proud of Geno, and I always thought he could play it. I'm so happy that he's getting the opportunity, he's getting it together. It's just hard for me to take them in New Orleans. It really is. Who's quarterbacking for the Saints?
Andy Dalton, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Geno in Seattle.
That's a good pick.
Rico?
I think it's Seattle. The Saints, you talk about one of the worst teams. Listen, I know their defense is really good. They don't show me really anything on offense. I like what Geno is doing. I'm going to go with Seattle, which is a weird sentence to say, but he has played well. Seattle with a win here.
Dan?
Geno has been great, leads the league in completion percentage, but the Saints are going to win this game.
Wow, I can't believe Dan said that. Didn't we talk about Geno early in the season and you said like he's garbage, he's horrible, he's this, he's that?
No.
Didn't you say that? I don't even know who's quarterback. Who's quarterback for the Seahawks?
Geno Smith. West Virginia kid got punched in the face in the locker room.
You know what? I tell you what, that may change it.
Dave just said Geno Smith, and Deion changed his opinion on Geno Smith.
He wasn't even
What?
going to pick Seattle at all. Now he is.
You're a Geno Smith
Because I know
guy.
Geno. I know him as a quarterback. Geno is going to take
Wait.
what they give him. He's not gonna try
You
to
know him as a quarterback. You know him as a friend.
No, I'm not close with Geno,
Then you're
but I know him
crazy.
as a quarterback.
I thought that the narrative that Geno never got a fair shake was kind of stupid because he was a starter for the Jets for 2 years and he wasn't good. But he's playing well. I'll admit when he's playing well. I'm a man of honesty. I will say when a guy's playing well.
You have grown so much this week.
Yeah.
Maybe because Dave is not here.
He's going to get smoked in this game, though. He's going to look terrible. Saints are going to wash them.
There you go.
But his quote at the beginning of the season was, they wrote me off, but I ain't right back. So
Right.
far, he hasn't played great every single week, but
No.
he seems to be.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
played
beating
great
them.
last week.
He's not giving the game away. He's not losing the game.
Yeah.
Which is big. Let's go to the Dolphins at the Jets. Dan, you mentioned this earlier. Dolphins without Tua. Jets have Zach Wilson back. What are we thinking?
It's tough to decide in a game when both teams want to win.
Teddy Bridgewater.
I'm going to take the Jets.
Yeah,
I
Zach
don't love
Wilson
it.
wants to win more.
Listen, I've been putting on one of the best shows that we've ever had. Kind of putting it, everyone's on my back. I'm just carrying them around, just entertaining the whole time. But unfortunately, what's happened as a result of how entertaining I have been is that I am putting together what could be a complete catastrophe of picks. Catastrophe of picks.
Right.
But the
You're pretty good at
entertainment
that.
goes first.
Find you someone else who has the Steelers and the Bears this week outright. Doesn't really happen, but that's the JJ DK hookup. So yeah,
That's the
catastrophe.
shaking the hands meme.
And the Jets are in the catastrophe category. I think they'll probably get killed, but I'm taking the Jets.
Okay, Rico?
I thought the Jets were going to be a complete disaster. I thought they'd be worse with Zach Wilson. Saleh kind of has these guys going. Stole the win last week against Pittsburgh. I think it's Miami. I think Teddy now has a full week of preparation. I'm going to go with Miami on the road. I don't love it. This is a game I don't love watching, but I'm gonna go with Miami.
Deion?
I'm going with Miami. Teddy B, he's received the raw deal over the years due to injuries as well.
I agree with that.
But it's no secondary that can deal with these two receivers. I don't care who's quarterbacking, and Teddy's not going to lose it for them.
Okay, Rico, let's go Falcons at Bucks. We've talked a lot about Tom Brady and, Deion really expecting him to have a great game regardless of what's going on off the field. Cole Beasley decided to retire after 2 games. But Tom Brady, even though they lost that game against the Chiefs, Tom Brady still had almost 400 yards. He still played really well, so despite his fumble. But when you look at the Falcons-Bucks, both 2-2, what do you think?
I like this Falcons team a lot. I said before the season, I believe to Big Ev, I think the Falcons were going to finish higher than the Panthers because I didn't believe in Baker Mayfield.
Good pick.
He's a great man.
Patterson is, I think, questionable. He's definitely dinged up. I don't know if he's going to play. I thought the Falcons could be pesky, but the Bucks win this game. I mean, that's what it's going to be.
Dan?
Bucks win.
Yeah, Bucks easy. This is a get-right game for them. I agree with Rico. The Falcons have been fun. They're frisky, but the Bucks are on a different level, and they need a win desperately because they've looked bad the last 2 weeks. And I think the stat is the last time that Tom Brady lost 3 games in a row is 2002.
Wow.
It's just hard to believe that he would lose 3 in a row.
Plus, you're getting teams kind of going ahead of them now in the stand.
Yeah.
Those bye matters in the NFC. I think the Bucks, are trying to get that. So this one is a must-win. I agree.
And Deion, you're riding with the Bucks and Tom Brady.
I'm riding with Tom. I'm riding with Tom, not the Bucks. I'm riding with Tom.
All right. Deion, the Titans at the Commanders. You mentioned Derrick Henry earlier in the show. Derrick Henry having a great game last week. The Commanders, Carson Wentz, just not very good.
Yeah, this is going to be a close game, actually, but I'm going with the Titans.
Rico?
You cannot lose to the Commanders. I don't care if the game's on the road. Tennessee has to figure it out. Tennessee with a win.
Dan?
Catastrophe. I'm taking the Commanders.
You're taking.
It's bad.
Wow.
It's bad.
Why are you taking the Commanders?
I don't know. I don't know.
You just feel like it?
I think I might not win a game this week.
Did you take the Commanders on advisors too?
No, that wasn't one of the games we picked.
Okay.
No. This is gonna be ugly. This is gonna be really ugly. I might not show up next Thursday.
You know what? At least you're owning it. So catastrophe, okay. Rico's 49ers at the Panthers. We've talked a lot. Baker just not playing well at all. It seems like every other pass is batted down. The 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, look pretty good. What do you think happens in this one?
Is Baker under center for the Panthers?
Yeah.
Yes.
49ers.
Okay.
Thank you.
49ers, easy. I'm not gonna mess around with this
simple.
pick.
Not a catastrophe over there.
No, this
Okay.
one is an easy winner.
Deion?
49ers.
Yep, that one's across the
Making
board.
me want to take the Panthers.
Alma mater.
All right, Monday Night Football, the Raiders at the Chiefs. Deion, the Raiders got their win last week against the Broncos. The Chiefs had the unbelievable game against the Bucs. Patrick Mahomes looked insane with the jump pass to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. The Chiefs just keep rolling. What do you think happens this Monday night?
Chiefs. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree. Chiefs.
I want the Raiders to get back into the playoffs. They're a lot of fun. Chiefs win the game.
Just Chiefs across the board.
Chiefs win the game.
Chiefs.
No catastrophe on that one either.
Nope.
Dan.
Chiefs.
Okay.
Chiefs.
We talked about Jalen Hurts and we've talked about Lamar Jackson. Where is Patrick Mahomes? Obviously he's
Number
up in
one.
the-
Number one.
MVP list?
Number one. He's number one. He's
Yeah.
the number one quarterback in the league. If you disagree with that, then you don't know football. That's just a fact. And I love Josh Allen. He's my guy. I love Kenny Pickett. He's my guy. Patrick Mahomes is the number one quarterback in the NFL. That's not like, it's weird to even say it like I'm saying anything crazy. That's a fact.
It's the plays he makes is insane.
Yeah.
Deion, you agree?
Tom Brady's number one quarterback in the NFL.
Well, you had to do that because you've been.
No, Tom Brady is the number one quarterback
Oh,
in the
but
NFL.
you gotta-
If we go on to the end of the game and I want a guy with the ball in his hands, I want Tom Brady.
Right. And you also, like you said, he's having a week that you've been through, so you gotta back your guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
been two, not through.
Yeah.
Been two.
You've been two and you won both. Been through two and you won both.
What did Mahomes
ball.
need last year to pull that out against the Bills? 12 seconds?
13.
13
Yeah.
seconds.
But Tom's going through the stuff that Deion understands off. the
Oh, okay.
field.
All right.
yeah.
I respect that.
He's writing.
He's getting in his hole. He's getting in his hole.
Yes, some things, Rico.
He's getting
some
in his
things.
hole.
All right, let's go to the primetime pick of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. So last week we decided that September, we were just washing away. Dan,
I'm out.
you're out for October.
Yep.
You guys got.
You're out for
it.
October.
I'm out.
You
I'm
can't
out.
say anything.
I
He's
can't.
out.
I can't pick a primetime game for my life.
It's okay. So Deion, last week you picked Dallas. So Dallas is the only team that you cannot pick. Who are you going
I'm
with?
going with I'm going with Tom again. Okay,
Love
Tom,
it.
Tom,
I
Tom,
love it.
Tom, Tom.
All
Tampa.
Tom Brady. He really
Yep.
he's riding
It's
with
a great move, yeah.
All right, Rico.
I'm gonna go with Buffalo. In a shootout.
That's a
that,
go.
Jerry?
In a shootout
Hear
for
that,
a
Jerry?
Mega Max. Buffalo
That's a
wins
good
by
one.
Buffalo wins by 1 point.
But the
I
over
like
hits.
Jerry's Mega Max, but I don't like the winner. I mean,
Steelers.
Jerry, you're a good man though.
Steelers, money line. Steelers, money line.
And Dan, you still do have to pick, even though you're up.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, I believe so.
Why don't you take Chicago?
I'll take the Jets.
Okay.
He don't care. He
I mean,
really don't care.
I'm out.
He-
I'm out.
He don't
So
care.
what does it matter?
You're right. You
I'm
don't
out.
care.
And it's your catastrophe week. So at this point, it's just like,
There's a very good chance that we sit down on this desk next week and I look at this sheet and it says Big Cat 4-12.
Yep.
but at least you know you're getting ahead of the narrative.
That should count as a win. If I go 4-12, it should be 5-12. Because I
Nope.
said that it was 4-12.
I
That's a
kinda
win.
like
That's
that.
a win. That counts as
Okay.
a win.
All right.
That counts as a win.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
No. Great
No.
show.
Rico's a
show.
good man. Rico's a really
Rico
good
is
man.
a very
Thanks.
good man.
And me?
You're all right. Because I knew you were gonna do what you did early on. I knew it.
Yeah.
Good.
And I ran. You. Listen, Deion. Maybe to get the oxygen mask. Maybe get a drink of water, Gatorade. Maybe hit the massage table because I ran you today. I ran you. It was a debacle.
You put on a clinic.
Yeah. There's some bad tape out there of what I did to you.
No, he
today.
did not. No, he did not. God bless. See you next week.
All right.
See you
We'll
next
see you guys
week.
next week. Have a good day.
November 11th, we are bringing the Barstool Invitational to the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. That's right, the captain of Philly is bringing our first college basketball tournament. We're doing it all. Halftime show, announcing, tickets, you name it, all us. Game 1, 5 p.m. It is UAB versus Toledo. Game 2, Mississippi State versus Akron. We're doing it all. You want a unique basketball experience? Buy your tickets today. They're cheap. Time of your life. Bang! Bye.